Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Ryan Gutierrez, aka Gootecks, and you're about to hear some snippets from my new project called Street Fighter 4 Secrets Volume 1, featuring ed+ma, which is a high-level, super in-depth, super technical Street Fighter 4 interview that I did with ed+ma, who is one of Southern California's best players. I think he's the best in the country, actually, at the moment. And so I sit down with him and I pick his brain about stuff like focus attacks, backdashes, countering ultras with ultras, and using frame advantage to your advantage and all kinds of good stuff like that. So if you're new to Street Fighter 4 and you're really trying to get better so that you can beat all your friends or play online, then this is exactly what you need, so check it out. A lot of your offense revolves around you knowing, frame advantage in the different situations of the moves that you're throwing out.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a brief overview of frame advantage, why it's important, and exactly how you use it to your advantage.
Okay, with Ken?
With Ken.
Okay, well, the basic idea of frame advantage is that I get to do, when I have frame advantage, that means I get to do stuff before you can do stuff. Right? It's a pretty basic idea. So obviously that's a good thing. So the more frame advantage you have, that means the more amount of time you can do something before the other guy can do something, which of course is always good. Like if you had a move that gave you like plus 50 block stun, you would have probably an infinite move. You know what I mean? An infinite block stun chain. So obviously that's good because you would just keep doing it over and over again. The guy can never move. So the way I use it with Ken is, the way I play Ken is, I feel like he's very different from Ryu because Ryu is all spacing. At least I feel like Ryu is like this total like spacing guy. He just likes to space you and keep you at the distance he wants to keep you at. Whereas with Ken, I feel like he's more of just like a character who just tries to get in your face and do all these little tricks and get his damage in because he's got all these tools that allow him to do it. Or I think so. So how I use frame advantage, or how I use frame data with him, is I look at moves. I look at his moves and I look at which normals give him the most frame advantage on block. On hit, I don't really care about too much because if it's on hit, then I'm just doing combos or whatever. But like on block, I'm looking for moves that give me frame advantage on block. And with him, it's in general with most characters, but with him, it's like his jabs and his shorts. That's not entirely true. It's not like there's some other moves of his that give him frame advantage too. But in general, it's his jabs and shorts, which is good because that kind of works with how he works. Because the way I play him is I knock you down, and then I get in your face, and then as you get up, I'll do a jab or short. You block it. If you block it, I now have frame advantage, and then I can either choose to car throw you, or I can do another short, or I can do another jab, keep you in block stun, still have that frame advantage, do a low forward afterwards. If I feel like you're gonna try and jump out, then that'll hit you before you can get away.
Okay, so give me the numbers
examples
on the jabs and the shorts.
All right, so his standing jab is the move that gives him the most frame advantage on block,
which is how many frames?
+4. On hit, I think it's like +7 or something. But anyway, so it's +4. So it doesn't seem like a lot, but it's a lot. And so I do that, and then I can choose to either do I can do a short. His crouching jabs and shorts come out in 3 frames. His standing jabs, which is the one that gives you the +4 frame advantage, comes out in 4 frames. So like say I do stand jab, okay, they block it. First time I do it, I'll throw them. Okay? If they don't tech it, they get thrown. Then I get in their face because they can't tech roll, and then let's say I just walk up next to them as they get up. I don't even jump or anything. I just walk up next to them. I do stand jab again. Well, I had just did stand jab and throw, right? So I do stand jab again. They block it. Well, what's going to be on their mind? They're going to be thinking about the throw. I mean, they're just going to be. So now, if they choose to try and tech it or jump out of it, because I have +4 frame advantage off the block jab, I can do low forward. His low forward comes out in 4 frames. Technically, what that means is if I perfectly time my low forward, and I hit it as soon as possible, and it comes out as soon as possible after my stand jab is done, it's a combo. In other words, it's a block stun combo, meaning that they're stuck in block stun. They can't do anything.
So if they're stuck in block stun, they're not able to, let's say, mash out an uppercut?
Yeah, they can't. But outside of that, even if I don't do, like, if I do it perfectly and they try to hold up, they're gonna get hit. But even if I don't do it perfectly, even if I don't time the low forward perfectly to come out after the stand jab, I still have like a good 3-4 frame leeway to beat whatever they do, because even if I did it like 1 or 2 frames after the stand jab recovers, I'm still at +4, which means, like, say I do it 2 frames after the stand jab recovers, because I'm at +4, I hit the crouching forward 2 frames afterwards. The crouching forward comes out in 4 frames, which means that I'm hitting on the 6th frame possible, like as soon as possible, like the 6th frame possible after the stand jab recovers. And what it means to them is they're at -4. Okay, so in order to like stop my low forward, they have to do something that comes out in 2 frames, or they have to be able to get away in 2 frames. Well, you don't get off the ground in this game in anything like faster than 3 or 4 frames. Most people, it's just 4 frames. So if they try to hold straight up, they're going to get hit. They're not going to be able to get off the ground. If they hit a button, like, there's no normals in this game that come out faster than 3 frames. So they're going to lose again. They're going to lose to my low forward.
Because the low forward has the head start.
Yeah, because low forward has it. If they try to throw, they try to mash the throw. Even if I don't time it perfectly, I'm still going to beat whatever they do. And so again, that's where the more frame advantage you have, the better it is. I'm even looking at moves that I have like only like +2, and then like say I have something like, for instance, like I do with Bison. I have, well, I mean, I don't want to like. Well, okay, no, this is actually a good example with Ken. I'll just stick with Ken. So again, I do the stand jab, gives me +4 block. A lot of people love to mash throw. They like to mash jabs, depending on what character they're playing. So I have +4. Then what I do is after they block the stand jab, I do crouching strong. Okay, I think crouching strong comes out in 5 frames. Technically, that's not a block string combo or whatever, right?
But there was only 1 frame.
But there's only one. Even if I time it perfectly, they have 1 frame to like do something. The only thing they can do is uppercut or super or ultra. Basically, in general, they have to do something with invincibility, or they're gonna, if they choose to do something that's not block, it's something that has to have invincibility on it, right? So yeah, one thing I'm trying to develop right now is I do the stand jab, they mash a button, I do crouching strong, I get a counter hit. Now the reason I would do crouching strong over crouching forward is because when the crouching strong counter hits, you have enough time to link a crouching forward. Whereas if the crouching forward counter hit, I don't have time to link anything off of that. Just based on the frame advantage that you get from the crouching strong versus the crouching forward. The crouching strong, you'll get more frame advantage, basically. So like if they're mashing anything, I do crouching strong, it wins if I time it well. Counter hit, then that hits, then I have more time. Counter hits give you extra frame advantage. So
How much extra frame damage?
I think with like jabs and shorts is +1, and I think with strongs, medium and heavy attacks is +3. So like let's say normally the crouching strong gives you like +5, I think it is, when it like counter hits. I don't know the exact number. I think it's +5 or so. But when it counter hits, you know you have +8.